Hi, this is David Sandy from Kansas City, IBM Ring 129, and I have on the phone Michael Kaminskas, who's going to be coming to our ring on Tuesday, October the 23rd, presenting a fantastic lecture. He comes very highly recommended. Michael, how are you today?
I'm doing great, David. How are you?
Well, we're doing great here. We're so excited that you're going to be in Kansas City here real soon, sharing some of your magic and thoughts on magic and performance and all kinds of stuff gleaned from many, many years of experience. Tell us what the folks who attend your lecture in Kansas City might expect to see and learn. And
Sure, I'd love to. Well, this lecture, David, is going to be a little bit of everything. So it's more or less the people's lecture. So as we come in there, I have a basic outline and guideline of things I want to follow. But, if there's anything that people want to discuss, we're certainly welcome to do that as well. So we'll be talking about cups and balls and chop cups and card tricks and some, unorthodox impromptu magic, things that people can do. I want to give a wide variety. So from the guy who's a hobbyist to the guy who's a working professional, everybody can take something away. So, I always like to do stuff where people can leave the lecture actually performing a couple effects that they learn. So, mostly I want to make sure that everybody understands, the mechanics of the lecture and going through. And that's one of the best benefits of a live lecture is that we can get this feedback.
well, that's fantastic, Michael. And just so the folks who may not be familiar with who Michael Kaminskas is, you're a guy who has learned your craft from real-world experience. I mean, you've been out doing this. You perform for many Fortune 500 companies. You're a regular at 4F. You're a member of the Magic Circle in London. You come very highly recommended from some of the greatest names in magic, Shutagawa, Paul Green, Mark D'Souza, Suzanne. Some of these fantastic performers admire your work because it's very commercial, it's very strong, it's entertaining, there's really foolers, and you have agreed to share some of your real-world experience. You actually took the material that you've been doing for years that is audience-tested, and now you're willing to share it with the magic community. So that's one of the things that's really exciting about the lecture coming up. You'd mentioned that you're going to be teaching some cards and cups and balls and things like this, but one of the things that I understand about your lecture is the fact that a lot of the lectures we see focus primarily, almost exclusively, on close-up material. Now, you work corporate events, you do hospitality suites, so you'll also be sharing material that would be suitable for strolling, parlor, close-up. Tell us about some of those things specifically that some of the folks might learn from you.
Yeah, David, a lot of the work that I do, many times I don't have the comfort of being able to sit down at a table or, so almost all of the items that you'll be learning in the lecture, can be done stand up. So, whether it's surrounded or from a strolling situation or, and some of them cross genres, as I like to say. So there's different, presentations for a few of them, so you might be able to work it in a close-up environment, but you can also do the same thing for 400 or 500 people up on a stage, and not necessarily be stuck, saying, oh, geez, I'm stuck, I have to do a card trick, I don't have anything else on me, what can I do? Because some of the most fooling magic is, one of my idols in magic is Max Malini, and Max Malini was a favorite of the, seemingly impromptu miracle, and he wouldn't, set things up days, hours, if not weeks in advance, knowing that he was going to be at a certain event so that he can, create the most impactful magic that he could. And, part of the presentation that I bring, in this lecture is the fact of, how do we create that, the best experience, whether it be a Fortune 500 company or whether it be your friends, at a local dinner, how can we go ahead and create that experience for all?
And let me ask you another question as a follow-up to that, Michael. You obviously have a lot of experience and a lot of technical skill. What about some of the folks that are members of the ring that may not be what we would call finger flingers? They're relatively new to magic. You have material that you'll be teaching that doesn't necessarily rely on a perfect diagonal palm shift or anything like that. I mean, you have material that anyone at any stage in their magical learning can pick up and work on and perform after a suitable amount of practice. Am I correct on that?
Absolutely, David. One of the things that I strive to do in my lectures, like I said before, is to give something that everybody can take away. So whether you're a beginner, a novice, somebody's getting out there, you're going to be able to take something away and actually perform, a few of these effects right away. Although we do talk about some of the more, difficult things, it doesn't focus on that. So pretty much, everything that we're going to be talking about, any intermediate or beginner, getting into magic will certainly have a lot on their plate that they can choose from. And then we'll throw in a couple nuggets for the guys that really want to work in some sleight of hand. But, we don't focus too much on that. I'll present them. And then after the lecture, if the guys want to come up and, talk about, the specifics of the more technical and difficult things, but we're not going to hold down the whole group, focusing on one or two, relatively difficult sleights.
So we want to make sure that everybody has the details on this. Michael will be in Kansas City on Tuesday, October the 23rd. The lecture starts promptly at 7 o'clock. We hold the lectures at U.S. Toy. We have plenty of space there, and it's right in the middle of one of the world's largest magic shops, so it's a great environment to see and learn magic in. So October the 23rd, 7 p.m., I know you're listening to this on Facebook and on social media. All the information's on the screen, and there's also an email there. If you have any questions at all, you can email us, and we look forward to seeing you all on the 23rd of October. Thanks so much, Michael. We look forward to learning from you.
Thank you very much, David. Look forward to seeing you soon.